Hi there. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program of house renovation and brain disease stuff. Come make shepherd's pie with me. And like a lot of it, I can't do a lot, but I can cook. And so my dad had a heart cath a couple of days ago, and it kind of took it out of him. And I thought, I'm gonna make him dinner for the household and take that off his plate, literally. And then I thought, well, if I'm doing that, then I should make one for my mom and her household. And then I thought, well, I want one. So I got this 3-pack of disposable baking tins with lids, and that's gonna be super helpful. First things first, I need to brown the meat. I got 3 pounds of ground turkey, just to keep things a touch healthier, but don't worry, we're not gonna lack on flavor. I don't do bland food. I'm doing this how I like it. If you don't like it, okay. I think the key to a good shepherd's pie is building layers of flavor, and so that's what I'm gonna do. The best shepherd's pie I ever had, I think, was actually one that I got from like Costco. Surprisingly enough, I was shocked. But there was just a lot of different layers, and it was more than the traditional just like onions and peas. There were like mushrooms and stuff, so against to be doing that. All right, and I just got cheap frozen ground turkey. We're keeping things cost efficient. Plenty of other stuff that's gonna go in the pan with the veggies, creating our sauce. We don't want dry shepherd's pie. That's no fun, because then it's gonna suck all that moisture from your mashed potatoes, and that's no good. All right, so this stuff I am gonna use to season the mincemeat, just because, like I said, remember, we're building layers of flavor. So I'll probably use these spices again if I feel like it during the cooking process, if it calls for it. Love the crunch of Montreal, love that. And some good flaky salt. Okay. There we go. Not too much, a little bit goes a long way with the kosher salt. Adobo, a little bit. Fantastic. All right, so now we're gonna brown. I am gonna put a little bit of this in there. Okay. Fine. And now our turkey will taste like beef. Worcester. Now the meat does already have a good bit of moisture in it, so I am gonna let this go in here without putting fat in first for right now. So while the meat is browning, I'm gonna get the onions. I love doing the little pearl onions for shepherd's pie. It's an element of tradition that I do enjoy. And then non-traditionally, I'm gonna add baby bella mushrooms. I did spring for the slice. Normally I would buy whole and slice them myself, but I was not feeling doing that. So it is cheaper to slice them yourself though, just so you know. The meat, I hear it, it's sizzling. So I'm gonna add in like a good heaping tablespoon of tomato paste. I'm not moving the camera just for that, trust me. I did it. Some might say, Abby, I don't want turkey, I want beef. Turkey tastes like napkins. Well, no. In my house it does not, because that is some brown beautifulness, and I am a smart person, so I saved the cooking fat because I know fat is flavor. Mushrooms are like little sponges, right? They're gonna take on the flavor, for the most part, they're gonna take on the flavor of whatever you cook them with. So I definitely want to impart some flavor into them separately before I introduce them into the shepherd's pie mix as a whole. And in with the mushrooms. everybody in the pool. And I think we're gonna need more than that. More fat for sure. Worcestershire. Go light on that at first. You can always add more. You cannot take Worcestershire away. Now that the heat is down a little bit, I am gonna let these saute while I finish doing the pearl onions. Oh, mashed potatoes. That's another reason why my recipe is awesome and easy, because I cheat. This is your best friend now. Bob Evans mashed potatoes. They're in the refrigerated section. I get them from Walmart. I don't know if they're in other stores, but this is the friggin' best. I think, personally, like boxed potatoes are nasty, and that's usually what you see in quick, easy shepherd's pie recipes. You'll see the boxed mixed in with boiling water. I can't do it. I can't. But these taste homemade. I love them. Love them so much. All right. So I added the beef back to the mushrooms with pearl onions. This has been going on low for about 30 minutes, so these flavors have had lots of time to marry. These onions are going to be slightly softened. They'll still have a little bit of a bite to them, which we love. The mushrooms have shrunk down a lot. Now, some of those were really big, but mushrooms always are going to shrink down way more than you think they will. Great, now all that's left to do for the filling is to crank that heat back up and then add our frozen veggies. Seems like a lot. And that is not traditional. You would not see like carrots, corn, green beans in a traditional shepherd's pie. Maybe carrots, but definitely not corn. I think the colors are pretty, and I also think that the little bit of sweetness from the carrots and the corn is going to be really nice with the savory beef and the mashed potatoes and all that. So heat is up. We're going to let this all come to temperature real quick. I do not intend to overcook these veggies. I really just want to get them married in with the rest of the mixture. All right, now for our moisture, let's see how pretty all those colors are. Eat with your eyes first. For our moisture, you could do a roux. You could do a roux and then have your thickened sauce that way. I happen to have this packet of mushroom gravy and thought that was super appropriate. So that's in there. Mix that in. I'm gonna see if these frozen vegetables release any liquid before I jump the gun and add too much. So I'll give that 30 seconds and see where we're at. That moisture level turned out to be absolutely perfect, so I'm going to go ahead and plate these up. I'm using 1 container of Bob Evans mashed potatoes per container of shepherd's pie. For all 3 of these meals, I ended up spending a total of $42 for all ingredients, start to finish. That's a little over $10 for each of these family-size meals. You could get 6 servings out of each one of these baking tins. I'm going to smooth out the top of the mashed potatoes, just making sure I have all of the cracks covered, and I'm using a fork to create these ridges that are going to crisp up really nicely in the oven. Or in my case, the air fryer. Wham bam, thank you ma'am.